Oh, hi guys! Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place, everybody. Could this in fact be the end of BMW as we know it today? I don't know, everybody. Rumors has it all over the internet. Well, specifically, there's a couple of sources that are spreading rumors that BMW is coming crashing to an end. Why is that? Well, the discussion really has to do with recalls that could potentially take the company down full scale. And what recalls specifically are you referring to? There's a recall fresh off the printing press. Well, the rumors on the internet are really in such right now that it impacts all M cars. And that's not true at all. The M2, 3, and 4 models aren't impacted. The models that are impacted are 2019 M5, 2020 M5, and the 2020 M8 and M8 Grand Coupe. Those 4 models are the only ones impacted by this recall. And with all that considered, there's actually only 3,012 cars worldwide that are part of this recall. Now, what really is the recall about? The recall really is associated with the transmission in these M5 and M8 cars. Now, we all know that BMWs are chocked full of electronics and technology. They have a lot going on. There's a lot of computing power. And as a result, you need a lot of wires tying from A to B. Well, the transmission has a wiring harness that feeds it. And currently that wiring harness have a small potential to short out internally or across wires or just completely fault out. Great, so the wires can short out. What does that really mean? Well, according to BMW, the transmission would respond in such a way that it would put itself into neutral, and that would result in the driver having to slowly coast and control the car and move it off to the side into the shoulder and get it out of harm's way. Well, while this does pose a potential hazard, it's not nearly the hazard. Do you remember a few years back when Toyota had that massive recall for sudden acceleration? Now, any mechanic or good mechanic would recognize the fact that brakes are the most important part on a car. It's one thing if a car doesn't start. It's an entirely different thing if a car is incapable of slowing itself down from 120 miles per hour. Huge difference, right? That's right, from a safety standpoint. So the same thing applies here. That sudden acceleration was such a significant problem that it could lurch ahead, crash into a little old lady leaning in front of a storefront, rear end an unexpected car in front of you, or just accelerate to crazy speeds with no control by the driver. It was a scary thing to have happen. And Toyota did have to fix that on their dime. Now, BMW has a similar issue, but this doesn't strike me as nearly the same impact. The reality is, the worst thing that's going to happen is a driver's going to have to negotiate off to the side, use their blinkers. It doesn't shut the car off, so all the full power brakes and steering are still intact. It just means that the car is going to sit idling on the side of the road, waiting for a tow truck, which isn't nearly as bad as not being able to stop the car from 60 miles an hour when you're coming up quickly on a hard corner. Anyhow, for those 3,000 and some owners, I know it doesn't make it any easier. If you haven't yet got their notification in the mail, they are expected to have these notifications out to customers in February here of 2020. So likely you'll have your hot rod M5s, M8s fixed on BMW's dime very, very shortly. So the dealer's going to take the car in, rip out the old wiring harness, put in a new wiring harness, fasten it in a new route, and we shouldn't have any further problems than that. Now, referring to the ultimate rumors of this crushing BMW, making them go away, I can't really agree with that. It is a bad recall. However, I wouldn't expect it to be all that difficult, and I can't see it having a significant financial impact to BMW's bottom line. And yeah, don't fret. This will not take the company down. And drop a line below. I'd love to hear if you guys have anything specifically to say about this. So again, as always, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. You're going to want to be, because there's a ton of great automotive content on the channel. Love to see you on the next video. Can't wait. See you soon. Bye-bye.